Hi, everybody. It is October 5th. It's about 10:30 in the morning here in Madrid, Spain. A lot of you are aware that we've had a catastrophe out here on our trip, but I'm just going to give you an update on what's going on. The whole intention of this, we have a group of people, Maureen's cousin and his wife, and two very dear friends, Tom and David, and then one of her oldest friends, Rosie, and her husband, Greg. A few years ago, we went to Tuscany and all together. And then just a while back, we were in the Champagne region of France. And this was a trip to Spain to stay at a house outside of Barcelona. It's a week-long thing that we all do together, and it's a thing that we ended up doing through Canine Companions for Independence, which is a thing that we've been involved with, that raises and places service dogs, and this was part of their annual auction, was these trips. So we ended up coming here to Spain. We came early, and Maureen and I, and went to Lisbon, Portugal, spent some time there, traveled around Portugal, and then came into Spain. And that's when we rented a car, and we've been driving all over. We've been in Granada and Seville, and lots of little cities, and lots of sightseeing, and castles, and cathedrals, and went to Montserrat up in the mountains to see the monastery and all this stuff. It's been a great trip. And then we got to the house that we were all staying in, out about 30 minutes outside of Barcelona. And it's a great house, really beautiful area, and the grounds were spectacular on it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. And out by the pool, they had some stuff out there, and they had a swing out there hanging from this big tree. And everybody was going out and getting on this swing. Well, in hindsight, the swing is a rope swing, and it was over like flagstone, kind of some, stonework. And so we went out there. We were just getting ready to all go out, and Maureen gets on the swing, and I'm gently pushing her along. And David, one of our other members, was filming this, and because she loves swings. All of a sudden, the rope snapped, and it dropped her onto the stone. I knew it instantly. She was hurt really bad, and she was like just freaking out in there, just crying and not writhing in pain because she really couldn't. And there's nobody there to help us, so we finally figured out how to reach an ambulance, and we were talking to the hospital. They're going, well, just get her in a cab and bring her. She can't get up. So we finally got them to send out an ambulance, and they put her, on a flat, like gurney type thing, and got her to the hospital. And they x-rayed her, and they said in her D6 and D12, I guess it is, vertebrae, there's a fracture in each of those. Plus it kicked in a problem that she had in the past with sciatica. So she's in unbelievable pain. Well, they put her on a drip, to ease the pain. Well, their idea of pain medication here is really not good. It's inferior. And so she was I stayed with her. We were in the hospital overnight. Then we got her back like, I don't know, 12, 15 hours later. We got back to the house, and I was able to get her into the house. Well, the next day, we have to check out of this house to move on. That was the end of our week. Everybody else had other things, so they had to go. And it was she and I. She could not get out of the bedroom. It was upstairs, and there was no way she could do it. Luckily, the owner of the house, who was like, they're flipping out over this too. This is one of their things, is having this vacation house, and now there's this catastrophe has taken place, which will be dealt with after we get home and the dust settles, and I'll be talking to attorneys about this. But luckily, the wife came back, and she ended up calling an ambulance, and they came out, and they weren't able to get her down. They had to call another ambulance with an emergency doctor who came out and gave her 2 injections of fentanyl to ease the pain. And that's the only thing that eased the pain at all, but that's nothing you can do on a consistent basis. So they got her back to the hospital, and we spent from like noon till 10 o'clock at night, because we had to come to Madrid. This is where we were departing from. So they got her as medicated as they could and got her into the car, and we had to drive from 10 at night till 5:30 in the morning, halfway across Spain. And she's got this big orthopedic brace that she has that goes from her shoulders down to her bottom of her spine, that she's all strapped in, and this crap, it's just unbelievable. This is the biggest nightmare we've ever experienced. She can't do much of anything. I mean, she's just in bed kind of moaning. So the real, that's her. So the real anxiety now is we have to fly back to Los Angeles on Saturday from Madrid through Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, I've talked to the airline. We're on American in business, and I've arranged for wheelchair service from the minute our car pulls up to the airport to when we're out of baggage claim in LA. She's going to be handled and taken care of through that, and it'll expedite getting through all the lines, so there's no waiting. They said she'll be the first on the plane and the last one off, so that there's no rushing to get her off. And we have enough time for the layover in Charlotte, and she'll be in a chair for that whole time. So that's what's going on here. Our vacation turned into it's turned into weekend at Bernie's. It's absolute hell, and my heart is absolutely broken for what she's going through. If I could take on that pain, I would do it in a second. But she's hurting really bad, and we just have to get through this. We have an appointment with a back specialist from USC at Keck Institute at the end of next week when we're back. And we've got a wheelchair being delivered to the house and all that kind of stuff, because this is going to be she'll be fine in the long term, but the short term is really going to be difficult. And I'm just, I'm thankful so much for all the well wishes that have been coming out, and people with recommendations about things to do that could help and all this. But right now, the main thing is I've just got to get her home and get through the ordeal of travel at this point. And then once I'm home, I will be home all the time. I'm not going to be taking any work or anything. I'll be sticking around to take care of things at the house, so I'll have time to get back into my videos with you all, and we'll see how everything goes. But I just wanted to give you an update, and I'm going to take a quick break at 11 o'clock in a little bit here, and the fabulous Alberto, who was the one who transcribed all of my all the playing I've done on this channel. He's a great bass player here in Madrid, and he transcribed everything. And we're going to get together for a little bit, just a quick break, just to say hi, because we've never met in person. So it'll be nice to meet him, and I've got some pharmacy stuff. It'll be nice. I'm going to ask him to come with me so that we can not deal with language issues. I can talk to him, and then he can talk to the pharmacist. So I'll put him to work. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to get back and be dealing with Maureen.
Thanks for the well wishes from everybody.
She just said thank you, everybody, for your well wishes. And I'll keep you updated, but it's been a while, and I've seen people writing, going, we haven't seen Lee in like 4 days. What's going on? What's happening? And then some people are trying to explain. So I just wanted to give you more kind of detailed situation of what's happening. So I will talk to you soon. So take good care. Bye-bye.